Justin OTR crossband, hello radio, AJ6 PD, standing by.
Test radio 1-2.
Somebody needs a crossband check-in.
Okay, I heard that, but I'm not up yet, but I will be in just a moment. Are you hearing me okay? Over?
Yeah, I got you 9 pounds, good modulation, Chestnut 100.
All right, I will turn things on and get started. Over.
Good.
K6US
And you are listening to the Old Tube Radio Network.
You may not find us on your TV because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you by OTR. Brought to you by 27.085 megahertz. Brought to you by RADI. The Old Tube Radio Network.
Your Old Tube Radio Network here in Central California, 27085, the frequency, oldtuberadio.net, streaming everywhere where there might even be a link to a video, SWL check-ins, radios. I don't know how many of you will be out there tonight, but if you're traveling to and from or can jump in, we will get you checked in and hope that whatever it is that you're doing for your holiday fare, it is going well. Before I get too far into things, I want to see if we have any early check-ins. I know we have a couple on the crossband that I will get to. KB6GFD. Or maybe there are some... okay, there's Tony. AJ6PD. Hello, Tony. I will get you checked in and hope you will have a Merry Christmas coming up. Over.
Hey, you too, Dennis. Thank you very much. Have a good single coming up here tonight.
Yeah, you've got a decent receiver, and we've got some clear air, so 147 will be checked in. KB6GFD. 145, rather. The, let's see, I think we're back to 11 meters here. The break OTR, go ahead.
Yeah, SWL 52 behind the golden microphone, requesting an early check-in.
Okay, not quite this signal that you have on sideband, but the AM signal sounds great. SWL 52, burning the Yule log tonight, no doubt, and sounding good. Over.
Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, a little bit under the weather, so probably going to shut it down early tonight. Thanks for the check-in.
Okay, yeah, you want to be ready to go when you can. I talked to some other people with sore throats and things like that. It is the season, unfortunately, for a lot of things. Some of them not like what you would want. You are sounding good anyhow, and we've got you checked in. The breaker, go ahead. Over. And up to Course Gold, where hopefully you had some sun breaking out of the clouds today. SWL 195. Jim, I've got you checked in. And Merry Christmas to you and the family up there. Okay, most excellent. Thank you. And as those watching the video can see, I was out around the corner here, down the hall at the Old Tube Radio Control Point Christmas party, gift exchange, whatever's happening out there. And so this is the best I can do for the suit tonight. Anyway, we had to dress up just a little bit more. Anyway, I hope all is well, and let me see anybody else needing to check in early. Over. All right, the crossband is up. The Echo link is up. We are streaming at oldtuberadio.net. And looks like the chat window is open. So all is well in the land of tube radios. Let's see if double zero is hanging around tonight. And I know I'll keep an eye out because I know a lot of you may be away or check in early, and I'll get that. Gary is checking in. He's having eggnog, candy cane, the heater out in the green room. It is nice and toasty. I had to come in here. It's cool in here. They've got the window wide open, and he's going to go relight the pilot. It's cold. We'll do that because I've got every tube radio going in the control room here to keep warm. Gary, you are sounding good. Sounds like all is going well, and we'll get you checked in coming up yet again. And I see we're doing a little decoration. We've got some, where are those? Okay, those lights are outside. Okay, looks like the lights are outside, and somebody has hung, it smells good though. Somebody's hung a Christmas wreath on the Orban Optima. You're not supposed to hang ornaments on the audio equipment, but it looks good there, and it smells good. So we'll just keep it around. SWL number 1 with the cosmic check-in for Dr. J. SWL number 2, Mr. OBP, who was out there as soon as I turned things on, letting us know that it was working, and that we've got some great sunspot numbers, some solar flux. The A and K are behaving, but will we get any short E-skip tonight? It's hard to say. Anyway, Kevin, hope you and the gang over there are on your way to a merry and a happy and all those good things. Thanks for standing by. SWL number 3. I will get a proxy check-in for Mr. Lone Eagle. Where is Mr. Rainmaker tonight? SWL 5. I was busy, but I know there was lots of festive activity over on the old radio night tonight. And there is Levon right there, saying hello, radio. Thank you, Mr. Rainmaker. We will get you checked in. Let's go over to SWL 7, Mr. Ed.
SWL 7, checking in.
All right, as they say, 'tis the season to be tubey. You are sounding good, and I've got you checked in. Over.
Thank you.
And the break OTR, go ahead.
24, early checking, gotta go.
Gotta go. Places to be and people to see and all that good stuff. Make sure you were under the proper N on Santa's list. Joseph, we got you checked in. Thanks. Up we go to Idaho. Will we have conditions tonight? I don't know. We didn't have any last night on the ditch banks sideband. Usually that's sort of a precursor that we might have something tonight. I see the jumping dolphins. The phone is charging. Well, hopefully it will charge in time. But 10 and 30, I will get you both checked in, and I'll give you a confirmation that indeed you are checked in. Thanks for joining us, and hope you guys are having a good holiday up there. All right, 11 and 12. Now, speaking about who's on the naughty and nice list, you've got 50% chance of either one, SWL 10 and 11. Mr. Cornbread and Dapper Dan, looking dapper and feeling dapper. Yeah, me as well in my Christmas outfit here. 11 and 12, you are checked in. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Trying to get all my display screens where they need to be here. SWL 13. Michael was listening in last night on the Ditch Banks stream, so he should be out there tonight. I will get 13 checked in when he stops by the radio. Let's head over to Sangertown, SWL 14.
SWL 14 checking in from the nation's Christmas tree city, Sanger, California.
You know, I have not been I have not driven through Sanger in a while, and I was not aware that the Sanger town was the nation's Christmas tree city, but indeed it should be. You are sounding great tonight. The band is clear and signals are good.
Yeah, the next time you're going down 180, you won't be able to miss it. It's got the General Grant, about 50 foot in the air, and a big slogan on Highway 180 now.
All right, your Sanger Chamber of Commerce at work, no doubt. Sounding good. And tonight it will be the City of Tube Radios, perhaps. OTR saying Merry Christmas out that way.
Yeah, same to you. Thanks.
The Old Tube Radio Network, real radios glowing in the dark. My name is Dennis, one of the many net controllers to sit in the air chair of the Old Tube Radio Network since almost 40 years ago. It's coming up on 40 years. I think we got a couple years to go for that. Let me get an early check-in because I see it now and I don't want it to scroll away for one of our shortwave listeners. Actually, the ultimate shortwave listener, recognized, of course, back in the day by Popular Electronics when they used to give out SWL numbers, SWL 128. Hello, John, out there in Fairfax, Virginia. Thanks for joining us. Okay, back to the list. SWL 15. And I'm checking. I thought I saw Hans in there tonight. Up early in Copenhagen. Alpha 173. Beaconing in from Denmark in fine style. So he's feeling sharp with his morning coffee and a bit of snow outside on the street. Well, we are having a warm winter all across the state. There is snow, but you've got to go up probably about 7,000 or 8,000 feet to get it. However, winter started, yesterday, 2 days ago? So the possibility of snow lingers. Enjoy the snow, and thanks for joining us. All the way from way out there, SWL 16. Charlie is with us, Anoka, Minnesota. And I like the, you can't see it because he's on the other side of the camera here. But he is wearing his Christmas sweater. Oh, you got that on we have a gift exchange here. You got that from your Secret Santa. Oh, very good. I don't know. I haven't, I don't know if I got a gift from Secret Santa or not. Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry about that. Charlie just handed me a gift. What is this? That's not a secret. Oh, this is from Bozo Control. All right. Should I open this now? Get this out of the way? If I can open this. This is from Bozo Control. That's very nice. We did have our gift exchange here, and a nice little wrappy up package. Let me do this. I want to take too much time on this. So what did we? All right. Yeah, I know. Okay. It's obvious. We got some records for the phonograph. It's obviously from Bozo Control because he gave me, Bozo's Christmas sing-along. Very nice. All right. Well, thank you there, Bozo. Oh, and there's more. All right. What else have we got? Okay. The most, we got a CB record, the most complete record on CB. Everything you need to know to operate a CB radio. Are you trying to tell me something? Everything you need to know. And it's got a CB dictionary, a glossary. Look at that. It's got it's got terms. It's got all the, can you see that? It's got all the channel frequencies and the 10 codes. 1020. My location is, it's got a dictionary. Most frequently used words. This is pretty cool. Beat the bushes. Going slightly faster than the speed limit, but not fast enough to get a ticket. All right, that's pretty good. Here's convoy, group of vehicles moving in some direction by prearrangement. Green stamp. Toll road. Let's see. Okay, so a chicken inspector, man in charge of weighing station. All seem to be truckers. And here's one. Cotton picker. Okay, what's it? The definition of a cotton picker? Use in place of a 4-letter word. All right. Well, thank you for the CB. Oh, and there's one more. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking too long here. All right, we got one more. Oh, and it's the phonograph is going to be busy tonight. Learn code the easy way. 16 lessons. This is from Archer, the International. Is there anything in there? Yeah. All right. The International Morse code, so I can practice up on my code. Gives you all the letters and everything on the back. This is cool. Apostrophe, fraction, $sign. Who uses a $sign in CW? $sign. Did-did-it-da, did-did-da. So that's SX, $sign. Did-did-it-da, did-da, did-did-it-da, did-did-da. I don't know. I've never used a $sign. I'll learn that. All right. Sorry about that. Thank you, Bozo Control. Let's get back to, where is it? The directed net roll call, SWL 17. SWL 18, Mr. KDA. Checked in with me today on Facebook, so I get him checked in. Next is SWL 19. Chet is here on the cue cards tonight. They look really nice. What's up with that? Oh, your Secret Santa got you a little pen set. Can you show this? Can I show this? Hold on. Let me show this. These are, yeah, I like it, Chet. These are the cue cards. And now he's in color, and it's got different colors, so it's got the little comments. It's like little comments, because I can't think on my own, of course. So Chet has to write in comments for me under the thing. 1918. That's good. I like the nice paper and the color thing. That's good. A practical gift. Is that like nothing fun? It's like a work gift. Is that like giving your wife a vacuum cleaner for Christmas? Maybe that's not a good thing. All right, hold on. Sorry, I have to give him his cue cards back, so I know what I'm doing. All right, Chet, thank you for doing what you do. Let's go to SWL 20. Is that what it says? Yes. You're holding them upside down. Sorry, I gave it to you the wrong way. That's better. SWL 20.
Number 20 here. Please check me in. And 29 and 54. And I will have at least one radio of interest tonight. Thank you, Dennis.
All right, an item of interest is good. Take a nap, but set the alarm. Set the alarm for the tube radio section so you don't miss it.
Roger. Catch after a while.
All right, I'm tearing up the place here. '20 is checked in. Let me get Dennis is in. Let me get 90. I think it's 96. Let me get Prune Picker in since he is there and I can see it in case you have to. Dennis out there in Kerman, in case you have to go away early. Let me get you officially. I have got you checked in. Thanks for joining us tonight in the old Tube Radio Network. Let's go over to SWL 21. Mr. JT, who I think he said he's got family things going on. He was out on Old Radio Night tonight. Do we have the Old Radio Night? Let me bring up and see what was going on. He had a little holiday thing going on. Yeah, look at that. And it was on the tram. Titan, is there audio? Let's see. Is he there? Is it running? Is it going?
Oh, Ben Hurt Trucking, how's it going, man? Got
All right.
to go and spend time with the family.
All right, very good.
I'm just making this real quick.
Mr. 21.
I'm getting out of here.
All right. Well, I hope you're watching us on the replay. I like your decorations. You know what? Who's ever decorating the old Radio Night Shack, we're going to get them over here to the old Tube Radio Network Shack, and maybe they'll do a little bit better than what we've got. Not that what we have is bad. It's just, you don't hang the wreath on the Orban Optimod. That's kind of not a good thing. Let's go to SWL 22. And I'm looking to see if Tyler is with us tonight. Stations in Fresno, Toledo, Ohio, Plymouth, Minnesota. Denmark is in Liberty Lake, Boston, Mass. Van Man's in, and Middletown, Ohio. What is going on? Middletown up in the balcony. Come on down. We got all sorts of cookies and stuff. Don't be a stranger. It's 46 degrees with fog, which is about what it is here. Now it's probably in the low 50s, and we will have some fog this evening. SWL 23. Where is that Skidoo guy? He will be coming around, and Jim, you know what? I got to keep that record handy. Hang on. Where is it? Yeah, I'm gonna keep my record handy. So if someone says piggyback, I'll know that is a vehicle attached to a car. Or if someone pull the plug, turn the radio off. This is good stuff. All this time I've been, sitting around my radio, not knowing what anybody is talking about, and all I needed was that CB dictionary. I'm going to get a proxy check-in for Mr. 23 Skidoo. Also get a check-in for SWL 78 while he's there. Richard, joining us from wonderful rural Wildemar, 52 degrees and 95% humidity, meaning that it might rain, but it probably won't, or probably has. We got our rain, and it's on its way to Phoenix, Arizona. All right, we will get through the net control roll call here if you're playing the home game. We're looking for SWL 24, who checked in moments ago, SWL 25. And I will get to 25 and 74 checked in tonight, as I believe they made it. Oh, there's 23 Skidoo. He's checking in from the tour bus where the Christmas party is just getting started, and he's scared. It's just getting started, and he's scared. Just wait for another 20 minutes when they start serving the cocktails or whatever it is. When they pop the top on the boxed wine, that's when I would go hide. All right, Mr. 23. Sorry I missed you there, but you are. We've got the X in the square now. Thanks for joining us. The Old Tube Radio Network. We are on the directed net roll call. We will have the glow-in-the-dark radios coming up shortly, so don't go away. Maybe one of your favorites. Maybe a radio that's going to be under your Christmas tree, were you to be under the proper N on Santa's list, SWL 27. SWL 28, Gary checked in as 00. He is probably finding some more Christmas goodies. I know there's probably some special 7-Up eggnog or something. And the singing, yes, Jingle Bells by the Singing Dogs, and I think there's also a Merry Christmas from the Cats. I don't know if they ever had some type of elephant Christmas carol, but you never know. SWL 29, I got a proxy in for Mr. Loner. SWL 30, of course, standing by at the radios. Were we to get some skip conditions? SWL 31. Shortwave listener 32. SWL 33, myself and Bozo Control. Bozo, thank you for the fine gifts tonight. I will be pulling out the stereo. I will be flipping the little needle over to the phonograph to the stereo LP. I had it on 78s earlier, but I'll be flipping over to the stereo LP mode, and we will be listening in, and I promise I will be practicing my code, so I know that a dollar sign is did-it-did-it-da, an SK kind of, no, an SX kind of thing. It's not an SK. This is Basic Dennis, over.
Can you check me in real quick? I've got something to store.
All right, someone is there, but they have no audio.
Real quick. All right, I'll see what you're on. Hang on. Where are we at? Hello. Is that better?
Oh, that's way better. Hello, radio.
Yeah, 37.
37. I've got you checked in over.
Yeah, I got to run to the store. Anyway, I'll try to get back.
All right, well,
KB6GFD,
run,
W6
walk,
KG.
don't run. We've got you checked in. And from the cross band, here we go. KB6GFD. Hello, radio.
Oh, I know you're busy. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Dennis, and go ahead and check us in tonight. Thank you.
You are checked in, sir, along with the 74. I hope you are having a good holiday mode of operation, continuing on for many, many more days. You are sounding good, and you are checked in. KB6GFD.
Thank you, Dennis. W6.
All right, 25 and 74 with an official check-in over the crossband radio. A lot of people out and about, but remembering that the old tube radio network is on and beaconing. We are on the direct-to-net roll call over to SWL 34. And I will get Jimmy checked in. He's probably very busy tending to the various Facebook pages. I was looking for the whistle here to see if I could give a blast to Mr. Railroader. It's just a little train. Boy, that really blasts those limiters on the on the compressors there, but it's slowly recovering. Thank you, Jimmy. SWL 35. Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Bill, out there in Cheyenne, Wyoming, where if it isn't snowing yet, let me go back to the page. I thought I saw a check-in for, well, not yet, but I know he's out there, and maybe he's fighting off the snow. SWL 36. SWL 37 just checked in, as you heard moments ago. SWL 38. Sam will be listening in from Byron. There is no gray line skip happening today, but we'll get you checked in. SWL 39. SWL 40.
SWL 40 here. I think I'm gonna call it a night. This flu thing is just wiping me out. So, hey, I thought I'd mention one item of interest. The company Fair Radio Sales in Lima, Ohio, is going out of business. They're closing up the shop, and they're going to sell the remainder of their stock. So do check that out and order up your supplies of electronic surplus goodies before they close for good. And with that, I'll say Merry Christmas to everyone out there.
All right, yeah, please stay well. There's a lot of things going around. So that is company, give us the name of the item again, over.
Fair Radio Sales. They sell Army surplus.
Okay, might find one of those nice little mast antennas or something like that. Something in a green camouflage, probably, no doubt, is what they have. All right, thanks for jumping in. Go back to the chicken soup and the horizontal position, and we will catch you next time. Over. The Old Tube Radio Network is what we are. Real Radio's Glowing in the Dark. We're here at Channel 11 in the Central Valley of California. Also streaming at oldtuberadio.net and some video stuff as well. So join us if you can, if you want. Let me see who else is out joining us tonight. Keith used to check into the CBNet like 30 years ago as SWL 117, Mr. Hitman. Yeah, we have had a lot of stations come through. We rotate the numbers on the SWL list, so if you don't check in a couple of months, we reissue the number. Otherwise, we'd have 10,000 numbers, and we would never get through the roll call. Keith, I'm glad you stopped by. We are. Can you believe? I know. Can you believe we are still doing this? Yeah, we got tube radios. We've got shortwave listeners. Thanks for joining us. What a treat. Keith coming in back from 30 years ago. It's nice having the net up, streaming, so people can see that we are still going strong. We are still doing the radios. Let me check in SWL 83 since I see Jay-Z is out there, and I don't want to forget you. So Jay-Z out there in Ohio, you are checked in. SWL 64 needs an early check-in. I will get Craig checked in as well. Craig is out in beautiful Wisconsin, and I'm looking forward to maybe catching him on the amateur radio frequencies. He's got the license. SWL 59, I'm going to get Uncle Hairball checked in as well. Doing a little test, but I see you there, so we got an X in the square there.
Break OTR.
And the break OTR, go ahead, sir, over.
Can I get a late check-in, please, Dennis, for 55?
All right, SWL 55. Well, we're actually doing early, late. We're doing kind of all at once, the all-inclusive. So, M&M, you are checked in on top of the hill.
Thank you.
And speaking of early check-in, since we're on the 50s row, let's say hello to Sangertown, and I will get Mr. 305, Dave, checked in. So, Dave, if you're listening or watching the replay, you are definitely checked in. Foxman 362, checking in tonight, the Old Tube Radio Network, saying hello to the OTR group here. Also, 007 Extreme CB. It's the show and tell happening tonight. Well, it's just the Christmas thing. Where is it? I've got too much stuff on the desk here. There's a couple of things. There's, of course, do we have the less than stellar close-up cam? Let me see if that's even on there tonight. The Mud Ducks rule here on the Old Tube Radio Network. And if you didn't know, and I'm sure you do, everybody knows that the place to be for your extreme CB pleasure is over at extremecb.com. Sometimes hanging out on 27025 with Motormouth Mall and the rest of the crew. So thanks for joining us, Frank. Hope all is well, and you are somewhere, somehow doing those things you do. Okay, I just wanted to see if we've got everybody checked in, or say hello to those stopping by. The Old Tube Radio Network, we will be checking in the radios tonight. It is our Christmas show back after the game. I'm not sure what game, but I see Albert. We will fire up before we leave tonight the uplink, see if we can't get you guys up there in Squamish. 007 at the Jersey Shore burning the fruitcake in the fireplace to stay warm. If there's something that needs to be done with fruitcake, that's probably it. So hopefully the flue is open and that nice smell is wafting out to the neighbors. Man Cave Studios in North Carolina, I think. Saying Merry Christmas to all. So thank you, Man Cave Studios. GWD Labs, season's greetings. Not Christmas without the blinking lights. And did you see they hung the wreath on the Optimod? So I don't know. I can't get into making an adjustment through the little key, but that's okay. I think I've got everything adjusted. Rusty Rails had this crazy idea that we may have tuned into OTR tonight to find Santa, or maybe one of his elves in the guest seat, or at least the Santa Camp, Central Arkansas, checking in. And thanks for the program, and thanks, Rusty Rails. I don't know. Santa's over in the green room, so if you're out there tonight, talk to Santa. He's handing out gifts. Charlie Hustle 55, hello from Baltimore. There's Neil, SWL 147. I will get Neil checked in. And yes, we are still doing the roll call. I'm just getting everybody fired up here and checked in. So if you're waiting locally, do not fret. I will get to you. Neil checking in, Kakalaki, wishing a Merry Christmas to all the net. Good conditions and cold weather in the south. The rain's coming in Tuesday. We had our rain a couple days ago. Do we get rain and snow in the Sierras? Yes, we do. We got plenty of rain a couple days ago. We didn't get much snow because the temperatures are warm. but usually right now, a week before, a week after, and the week after Christmas is our coldest time. So I'm expecting that we will be getting some snow up in the hills. So I think that is it. Let me get back. JB, aloha, and mele kalike maka from the Big Island. Thanks, JB. Glad to hear you. We don't hear, the sun goes down and we don't hear all the big stations checking in from the mini grass like we normally do. So I appreciate you jumping in on the chat room with us. Hello to Ken, saying good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Ken. Also, who else is that? 23 Skidoo. Has Santa checked in via the Echolink? He's been monitoring for his call sign. I don't know. I'll have to see. If we get Santa on the Echolink, we'll get him checked in. Okay, and you know what? And we'll get back to the roll call. Let me check in 76 because I am here, and I know people have got to do their thing tonight, so we'll try and get this going. We've got some radios to check in as well. Rhode Island, Red Fox 1, thank you. Back to our direct net roll call, and I left off at 40, so let's go to SWL 41.
You got a breaker there, Dennis.
Okay, I thought I heard that. Was there a break for OTR? Go ahead, over. All right, I hear that. Can I get a relay? Anybody have the number on that one?
Did you say 44?
Okay, I heard him that time. Yeah, I heard him that time. SWL 44. I just wasn't listening. Mr. 360 up the hill and around the corner. A Merry Christmas, Ray, and thanks for joining us. All right, Ray and I do a lot better on the single sideband, but the AM is doing well as good. Thank you, Bob, for the relay on that.
10-4.
And Base Horseman 99. Wonder if there's any conditions tonight. No, we're not having anything, even on the short skip or wherever. So we'll see. It doesn't mean we won't have anything. SWL 42. I got a proxy check-in for SWL 43. SWL 44 checked in moments ago. SWL 45. I'm checking in Paul and Kelly. Hope you guys are listening. And hope all is going well up the hill. It's been a little cold. It's been a little foggy. So hopefully there's enough firewood to keep the stove stoked. SWL 46. Shortwave listener 47.
Good evening, OTR and all from the Radio Lounge. This is SWL 47.
All right. Well, I'm sure the stockings are hung by the tube radios with care over there, and you are sounding good.
As I've said many times before, your clairvoyance is amazing. Yeah, the stockings are hung less than 12 inches from this radio.
That's good. So you'll have when you get a stocking full of tubes, it won't have to go far to jump into the robin. Sounding good, and we've got you checked in.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. 73.
The old Tube Radio Network direct net roll call. What am I doing? I wanted to put up the REA meter just to see that I am modulating properly and not overdoing it. No, it looks pretty good. I think we're good. SWL 48. I'm going to get Mr. KP checked in. We had a good chat last night on the Ditch Bank sideband net, and I listened to the guys as they went over to the 2-meter side, courtesy of Aaron's SDR radio, which was pretty cool. So I got Sammy checked in. Let's go to SWL 49. I've got a note to get Brian Smitty and Sweet Country Mama checked in, which I will do. SWL 50. SWL 51 checked in from Sanger early. SWL 52 checked in on early as he's listening in with the chicken soup. Here, it's your turn. The lights are up. The drum is rolling. SWL 53.
Yeah, you got it there, Dennis. Yeah, Bel Air, the Legend, 53 on the east side of Fresno. Everybody have a Merry Christmas, and Jaybird out there on the YouTube. Merry Christmas to him, and I'm back quiet, 73s.
All right, sounding good. Thanks for your help tonight, and we've got you checked in.
More than welcome, brother. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas, Bob.
Merry Christmas right back there, Joe.
Yeah, to you and the fine family. God bless, buddy.
10-4, you too. Yeah, have a good one there. Hey, Joe, take care. You and the family. Back quiet.
All right, we are doing the directed net roll call tonight. We are turning the page. SWL 54. I've got a virtual check-in for 54, Mr. Board Jammer. We've got SWL 55 checked in moments ago. Someone just came in up on the balcony. Who is that? Wave your hand. It's Shinston, West Virginia. Thanks for joining us tonight, where it is cloudy and 48 degrees, still on a Saturday night, but not for long. At 11:44 p.m. Thanks for joining us. Shinston is a city and former coal town in Harrison County, West Virginia, along the West Fork River. In 1778, Levi Shin constructed his log home along what is now Route 19. Today, it is the oldest standing structure in north central West Virginia. Well, there you go. We've got a little bit of history joining us tonight. Speaking about a bit of history, there is more. This guy knows more history than anybody. SWL 56.
Well, good evening, Dennis and Nanette. Merry Christmas to all. The halls have been decked, the stockings are hung, and the chestnuts are roasting.
Man, if that doesn't say Christmas, I don't know what does. Sounding good, Phil, and Merry Christmas to Grandpa and everybody else over there. Thanks. SWL 57. Brown Dog Audio from Central Kentucky was in earlier. I will get Mr. BDA checked in. Hello to Dallas, United Delta X-Ray 347 out in Tennessee. Tennessee is a tongue twister in CW because they got all those double letters, da dit, dit. Tennessee is that's a great CW state. Hello to Ken. And who else is out there? I don't know. Let's go to I just check him in as I see him. SWL 57. We did check in SW 57. SW 50. I got a proxy for Jeremy. Hopefully he will get into town here. I know he was just here, but I'd like to have him come back and say hello, radio. 59 Alka Hairball, we got you checked in early. No problem. Over to, and I think I was hearing this station like gangbusters moments ago. SWL 60.
Thank you much, Dennis. Merry Christmas to you, and good numbers all around the Bozo control there. I did talk with Kenny from Oklahoma. Him and Marsha wishing all of you a Merry Christmas. From my house to yours, Kenny, if you're out there listening. SWL 60, Dennis, checking in.
All right, most excellent. You know what I did is I put up the S meter when you were on. I wanted everybody to see that big signal, like up to 10 over, modulating up to 10 over with some great audio. So whatever you did it good. Or as Red Skelton used to say, if I doed it, I get a whipping. Well, you doed it. So we're not going to whip you, though. So thanks for checking in.
Thank you, Dennis. Doggone it. Another year has gone by, it looks like, in peace and happiness to everyone. Yeah, we did a little something there to the antenna there. Santa was good to us. He brought us our Christmas present. Okay, Dennis, let her rock.
All right, we will continue on. We've got some radios wanting to check in. We've got a lot of holiday festivity cheer going on at the QTH here and everywhere else. So thanks for joining us. Let's go way out yonder to SWL 61. And it's cold outside. I'm going to get Dino checked in. He might have checked in early and maybe I missed it. But he's always good about getting his X in the square when it is humanly possible. Let's go to SWL 62. Shortwave listener 63. SWL 64. We've got Craig checked in from Wisconsin earlier. SWL 65. One of Santa's elves just said, put a check in for Mr. Eric, and I will do that. SWL 66. Shortwave listener 67, Bill, out there in Canby, listening in, watching in somewhere, somehow. I will get you checked in, Bill, and hope you're having a Merry Christmas up there. Let's go to SWL 68. Got a note to get an early check-in for Michael in there in New York. I will do that. SWL 69, and heard us talking about Kenny earlier. Up in Tulsa now, Kenny and Marcia, but they used to be right here in the Central Valley checking in live and direct. So hope you are all having a, I don't know, I guess Tulsa can get a white Christmas out there, can't they? Got to get cold, though, so maybe you don't want it to get too cold, but thanks for joining us. All right, Uncle Hairball 59. You need to hear the Kevmo song. 59, there's a song by Kevmo. It's called Christmas is Really Annoying. So we'll dedicate, I played that. I played that at the radio station. So I'll make sure I'll dedicate it to you next time. But have a good time, no doubt. Let's go to SWL 70. Over to SWL 71. Stan was the first station to check in tonight over at oldtuberadio.net. So I imagine he may have to jump in and run. But if not, Dallas, Georgia, we've got you checked in tonight and hope you are having a good Christmas season your way. Let's go to SWL 72. SWL 73. You know, we managed to catch John on the crossband last week just by chance. He's a Philharmonic guy, and he was just stepping out of the Philharmonic with his violin case and caught us on the crossband. John, if you're listening, I get you checked in. SWL 74 checked in early. Over to SWL 75. Shortwave listener 76. We got Red Fox 1, who is still out there waving a hand. From Johnson, Rhode Island. Got you checked in. SWL 77.
Let's give him a proxy, Dennis.
Okay, Dennis. We'll give Dennis I always like to give any Dennis a check-in because there aren't many of us. They're not making many of us anymore. So that's my second Dennis check-in tonight. No, it's my third, including myself. So that's a good thing.
Okay.
And speaking of 78, Richard in Wildemar checked in. Neutral observation. Any GRTCBs tonight? I don't know. There might be. I know of one that could be checking in. So we'll see if we get any of the general radio telephones. I almost said televisions. I don't think they made TVs. Let's see. I checked this dude in already, but he may be out there listening. SWL 79. Okay, I got Philip in the crossband. SWL 80. And don't forget to feed the fish. Did I mention that the limos were out and about delivering more gifts? They just keep coming in. And the red and the blue limo keep handing them out. making sure that everybody's got something under the tree this year, the way it should be. So thanks to Bob and Steve for that, for all those good things. Let's go to SWL 81. And no, who said? I did not forget to feed the fish. I did not forget to feed the fish, the cats, me. There were some, where are they? There were some Christmas cookies. Oh, wait a minute. Christmas cookies. And, let's see, I'm just looking to see. Come on, Breaker. Invitation to begin talking. I'm looking at the CB lingo here. Let's see. Oh, a Harvey Wallbanger. I hope I look at these and I think, well, can I read that? Harvey Wallbanger. It's a wrecking driver. Or no, I'm sorry, a wrecking. This is really tiny print. A reckless driver. It's a Harvey Wallbanger. I didn't know that. And one more little definition here. Pidadiddle. What? Is that right? Pedaddle. Okay, no, a pedaddle is a car with one headlight. A pedaddle. Okay. This is really good. I'm going to learn a lot. You know, that's why I like the Old Tube Radio Network, because I often learn many things. Back to the direct-to-net roll call. We are looking for SWL 82.
82 checking in from the Ditch Banks of Iowa. Good evening, everybody. Oh, yeah, and what's that? Merry Christmas. That's it. That's all it is.
All right, well, Merry Christmas. And just a note that the voice you just heard, you will hear on Friday evenings at 8 o'clock Pacific time. If you tune to 36 lower, that's 27,365. Put on your sideband. If you're local here, you can check in on the net. They've got a visitor and guest spot. Maybe you're already on the list. And if you are way out, listen in, because we have skip conditions. Don't go away, Ron. I just have a question. Now, you occasionally, get behind the big rig. Do these definitions, are they ringing true to you tonight?
Yeah, from years ago. Before I even started driving, I remember all that. I think I had a dictionary for that CB lingo stuff back in the day. But yeah, the old convoy, get a bunch of trucks together and go down the highway, watching out for Smokey.
Yeah, here's one. In the grass. That can mean a lot of stuff. In the grass, parked vehicle on the median strip.
Yeah, that's probably one of them bears sitting out there waiting to catch you.
And then I'll do one more. A double deuce. Double deuce. It's Route 22. Do we have a Route 22 here in town?
Well, I don't think so.
All right, but anyway, it was just one of my little gifts tonight. The everything you need to know to operate a CB radio, the most complete record in CB. They have SWR meters, how to use it, how to put up your antenna. It's got all the frequency channels, CB glossary, and I'm learning that. All right, thanks for checking in, and I hope you're staying warm.
Oh yeah, got the heater going right here by us, and yeah, I like all these little the info you're getting off of that there. So keep it up, man. Keep doing that. I'd like to hear some more. All right, take care. Have a good night. 82 from the Ditch Banks of Iowa.
All right, I even got a Morse code record. I didn't even know there's a Morse code signature for a $sign. I don't think I've ever used a $sign anywhere, but they actually have its own little da thing. All right, thanks for checking in. You learn stuff here on the Old Tube Radio Network. Let's go to SWL 83, and JZ is checked in earlier. Might still be listening in from Sylvania, Ohio. Let me get the whole group here. SWL 84 and 86 and 87 and 88, and that's Jerry and Paula and Tandy and Shauna, a Mountain Maid, Tandy Girl, Cheerios Kid, the Snowy Owl. Probably get some snow up in Snowy Owl Country checking in. You can hear Jerry on the noontime net on 7204 here on the West Coast on 40 meters using his tube radio. Yes, indeed. Let's go to SWL 89, SWL 90, SWL 91. As soon as I said it, Felix pops right up. He must have the best internet in the world because he's right on time. Merry Christmas to all. We've got all the proper little icons and memes showing up. And likewise, Felix, hope you're having a Merry Christmas out there where it is now. It is ding dong, right? It's Sunday morning. Think out where you all are. Let's go to SWL 92. And Van Man's got that poster too. So, Van Man, as soon as I, peruse the list and learn a little bit, we'll get on CB and we'll have a chat. We'll have a nice little CB lingo chat. And we'll know, at least I'll know what you're talking about. If I do it wrong, you might not know what I'm talking about. Let's go to SWL 92. SWL 93, Jimmy checked in before the net, 777. You've got him checked in. SWL 95, Mr. Warthog 95. Looking to see, don't want to miss anybody here. 96, I got Mr. Poon Picker checked in. SWL 97, Jim is out there listening. I did check him in early, but Boston 97, who is wondering why I don't know. He's saying, how could you possibly not know the CB lingo? Maybe I sort of avoided it on purpose. But I've got no excuse not to learn it now. SWL 98, Tracy, I saw you in earlier. I'm getting you checked in now. Where's Radio Randy tonight? SWL 99. I'll get Randy checked in. He's probably got his antenna down. I think they're getting the big storm. Phoenix area is getting that big windstorm and rain that Southern California got. So he's hunkering down. The old tube radio network. We've got, we'll be coming up to the Echo Link. Also want to give what we call a citizen band old tube radio network shout out. We have shortwave listeners that listen in over the radio, as the radio waves, shortwave, big waves. Anyway, you got the antenna up, and then we have digital shortwave listeners. So just by the fact that you are tuning in through the Universal Media Netweb or some trickery of electronica, you become a digital shortwave listener, such as those in South Carolina, like I don't know. Remember how they used to do the cartoons? They used to put on special glasses, and before the cartoon would start, and we'd see Bobby, and we see Jenny, and we see Robert, and if we look really close, we can see Leslie in South Carolina tonight, listening into the old tube radio network. Stay tuned. You will hear some of the very classic old-style CB radios with those glowing-in-the-dark tube things. So thanks for joining us from South Carolina tonight, Leslie. Let's go to SWL 100, and that will require me to do some trickery. On the Echo Link link. KD4BAO from KB6GFD. See if we can't get Tony from McClellanville on tonight in the Echo Link.
Hey, good evening, Dennis. Please check in SWL 100. Merry Christmas to you and the audience there. Back to net control, KD4BAO.
All right, and Tony is putting in a great signal into the radio tonight, looking good on the REA meter. And we will certainly get you checked in from McClellanville, South Carolina. He is getting ready to do the tubes on the air activation in just moments. Thanks for that, KB6GFD. Tony is in SWL 102. He's been waiting all night for this time, for his time on the air from Arkansas. John, we've got you checked in. Thanks for joining us. And Merry Christmas, everyone. If you're traveling, just watch out for Kojak with the Kodak. Wait, is that one of them? Wait a minute. Let me see if there's Kodak. This print is so small. Hold on. I'll turn the light here. Let's see if this might have been before Kojak. These are from when was Kojak? Was that a later 70s thing? There isn't one K. There isn't one K thing. There's a J, Java, coffee, junkyard, place of employment, and then it jumps to L, landline, to telephone. There's no K. So maybe this isn't the most complete dictionary that there ever was. Let's go to, thank you, John. Let's go to, SWL 103, who needs no, he doesn't need to study the definitions. He knows them all. Hello, Joey, out in South Carolina. Tango Romeo 21 X-ray. I have got the X in the square. I think that's way in the back. Smoking the Beavers, track 7 on side B, and you have to put the needle drop just right to get into groove, so it'll do this. One of those special things where, sometimes it'll play it and sometimes it won't. So I just checked in Joey. Let's go up the hill to SWL 109.
Good evening, Dennis. Crawdad 109 checking in.
109 checking in. I'm glad you can hear me tonight through the noise and whatever is out there. Hope you are having a great holiday Christmas mode of operation, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dennis, and I hope you have a great Christmas as well.
All right, I'm planning on it, and of course we're kind of stuck down here in the muck. Sometimes you guys can look over the sea of clouds and see the sun shining, and look down to us here in the valley, and just say, what's wrong with those people down there? All right, thanks for checking in. Mr. Crawdad up in Aubrey. Let's go to SWL 110. Shortwave listener 111, Robert checked in saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all. Remember for the reason for the season. So SWL checking in over at oldtuberadio.net. Thank you, Robert. Let's go to SWL 113. I'm going to get 113 checked in. He doesn't make it on the CB radio much, but he's pretty big on 2 meters. I will have to get him into the crossband. I'd like to hear Tom. I bet he could make it in from Sanger, where I had to get my antenna up there. Here's a guy that has no trouble coming in no matter where he is. So big station, SWL 114.
114 checking in.
All right, Merry Christmas, Wayne. You have been checking in for a long, long time on the Old Tube Radio Network, and thanks for that.
Yes, I have, Dennis, and Merry Christmas to all the listeners.
Over to SWL 128, who we checked in. I checked in earlier because I wasn't sure if he was going to hang out with us tonight. But John in Fairfax, Virginia, thank you. Over to SWL 131. SWL 133. Shortwave listener 135.
Hello, if this thing is working, SWL 135 checking in.
It's working, and it's working well. All right, I just refreshed my page. Some reason it wasn't refreshing, so I got a lot of good stuff in here. I got a lot of good stuff. Hello to Roseville, up in Roseville, California. I remember the days when back in Roseville, when Highway 65 wasn't there, was 99 East and 99 West, and we used to travel to Lincoln, and we would get off at Roseville, and there was this big 300-seat. You'd get off in 99, you'd wrap around and around and around and around. You'd finally come into downtown Roseville, and you would take a long time to get through downtown Roseville, but it was pretty cool. So thanks for joining us tonight. And Newcastle, Virginia, up in Colorado, Rob is listening in, wishing everyone on the Old Tube Radio Network a very Merry Christmas from snowy Colorado. Keep the filaments lit. That is one way to stay warm. And let's see. We've got an update. We've got an update from Bob and Steve. So let me jump in. Let me jump in with that while I can do such a thing before something happens here. Hold on. I got to recalibrate. Hey, I'm here right now, SWL 61. I was talking about you. I'd say this guy never misses a chance to check in, and here you go.
We got a police chase out here, and we were really getting parts. And I looked at my clock and said, damn it, I'm late.
All right, well, you are never too late. We've got you checked in, and you're putting in a good signal.
Thank you, sir. You have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
The old Tube Radio Network, a real radio's glowing in the dark.
27.085 OTR Channel 11.
And just a personal note from Steve and Bob's family saying Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody on the old Tube Radio Network. Happy New Year in the year 24. Hoping that the Jingle Singers will keep things rolling. They always do. And we've got the Green Room Lounge full of good food and holiday festive fare tonight. So if you can get out there, please do. And they're reiterating that the blue and the red limos have been really busy with the Christmas season and delivering a lot of presents. And they've got more to go. There was just stacks of good-looking gifts out on the other side of the green room that will be delivered before Christmas Day. And thank you for the nice comment there, Steve. And as always, do not forget to feed the fish.
27.085 OTR Channel 11.
And yes, we will be getting to those tube radios, so don't go away. We were at SWL 135, who checked in with a radio that sounds like it could qualify for our next list, and I bet it will. SWL 137. SWL 145, Tony checked in via the crossband, I do believe. SWL 147, Neil checked in early. Neil, are you listening? Are you busy? Are you busy with at this late in the game? I don't know. You probably got some Sunday morning stuff they want you to do too. So that's a rhetorical question. Of course you're busy during the holiday season. Let's go to Bobby, SWL 188, Snow Beast. Hello, radio.
Good evening time, Dennis. Good evening time to all SWLs. Merry Christmas to everybody. 188 checking in.
All right, 188 checking in. Sounding good. Merry Christmas, Bobby. And if the voice sounds familiar, a lot of SWLs are saying, that voice sounds familiar. Yeah, you probably heard him on some of those YouTube videos talking to the big guns, because he's one of them on Skipland. So thanks for joining us tonight, 188.
10-4, evening time.
SWL 195, the Course Gold Starliner, staying warm by the fireplace up there in Course Gold. Jim, we got you checked in and over to 226. And anybody else that would like to check in or take a transmission before we go to the tube radios, over. And I think that's it. All right, I got to do some stuff. And there's, SWL 13, I see you. If you're listening, let me give you the full check-in because you are there. I got to go get ready for the tube radios. Give me about a minute or two to get all that done. I may actually run out, grab a cookie, come back, and then we'll be checking in radios on your old tube radio network. Don't go away. All right, I think we're back, and this is still the Old Tube Radio Network.
You may not find us on your TV, because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you by
OTR.
Brought to you by
27.085 megahertz.
Brought to you by RADI.
The Old Tube Radio Network.
All right, sorry, you caught me before I was down into the air chair here. I was out getting some goodies, trying to get situated back into the air chair here and the Christmas chair. We are going to be checking in the tube radios, but first I have to, let's see, the radio behind me is on. We've got decorations, we've got the wreath, and I'm going to put I've got a pen, I think, to put in the pocket protector. And, oh, where's the pocket protector? Oh, sorry, they said I left it. I left it in the other room. Thank you. Can you have that for me? Thank you very much. Oops, things are falling out of it. They had to, thank you, Chet. Chet's got the pocket protector. And you know, trying to sit in this chair here. All right, I don't think this is going to, is this still going to fit into the, I think it'll fit into the jacket here. All right, almost looks good there. And the pen tonight is black lighting on black light. It is, Hoffman, we've done this. Hoffman Easy Vision Television, Western Radio and Television Supply Company, 1425 India Street in San Diego. Anybody out there from San Diego tonight? Let me get a shot of this on the less than stellar. There it is, the less than stellar, where is it? Less than stellar close-up camera. Well, you can't see that at all, can you? Oh, there it is, and I've got it upside down. It actually went into focus. How did that happen? Hoffman out there in San Diego. Pretty cool stuff. All right, into the pocket protector it goes. I will clear the screen up here, and then I will stop talking, hopefully for a long time, because we're looking for radios. OTR listening.
135, 135.
20, 20, 20.
Okay, were I good at math, we'd be up in the thousands, but we'll take them in order that we heard. If I can stay keyed up, we'll take them in order that we heard them. So Harvey, jump into the green room, but don't fill up your plate full of cookies, because we need you to talk at some point. So just grab one cookie. And let's see, I'm going to make an adjustment here. All right, good deal. And then stepping up into the air chair, if I don't break stuff, is Mr. Green Arrow. Hello, radio.
Hello, radio.
All right, you are front and center. Take a transmission, sir.
Okay, let's see, from Clifton, New Jersey. This is, I'm not from Clifton, New Jersey. I am SWL 135 on the Polycom Senior 23. 14 tubes. He crammed 14 tubes in this thing, and all 23 channels crystal controlled, transmit and receive. Back to you.
Wow, nice. Haven't had a Polycom in a while. They were really nicely built radios, and I think this might be their top of the line. We've got a picture, and indeed, it says Polycom Senior 23, photo courtesy of Cliff, SWL 135. In the 135 Radio Shack, I can see the Browning behind it, the really cool 77 style microphonium, which you may or may not be using with that. And we'll go back to you. Let me go to the full screen. Yes. And let's talk about the Polytronics Polycom Senior, or SR23. Over.
Okay, yeah. If I remember my picture correctly, on the left side is it looks for all the world like kind of like an RCA 77 or something like that, but it's an Argone, A-R-G-O-N-E, Argone. I can't remember the number, mostly because I am not using it. Right now, I am on the metal microphone that you see curled up on top of the radio. That is, I can't find a model number on it anywhere, but it does say Polytronics Lab in a metal foil sticker. It's blue with raised silver lettering on, like foil sticker on the back, and it is a metal handheld non-amplified microphone. Back to you.
Wow. Okay. Well, it sounds good. I wonder. It reminds me of the one that, and you may have that particular microphone and say, well, yeah, but it's not the same. It's the one that comes with the general radio telephone. It's kind of that teardrop shape, and I think it's also metal as well, kind of heavy. But boy, the audio is good. We get the S meter up. We'll do the frequency check. Nice radio. Lots of. There is. I'm on the close-up. I am on the close-up. There are a lot of knobs going on here. I like their little. I don't know what that is. The little bursty thing around the channel selector, and it takes you over to the S meter. One of our SWLs, one of our wise guy SWLs, wanting to know, did Polycom have a Junior 23? You might have one of those in your collection. Back to you for transmission. There are all sorts of. There's a switch thing above the microphonium. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah, I don't know about that. If there's a Junior, you'll have to ask Harvey. He has a wider knowledge of all things radio than I do, but I've never seen one myself. This microphone, like you said, is very teardrop shaped, and it's got the hanger on the front of the mic where you talk into it, which is very strange and sometimes a bit distracting. I have seen these kind of mics on Collins gear and stuff like that. It's the same manufacturer, but the general one, that metal microphone's more square, and also has the waffle holes, which is why we call it the waffle mic. Okay, let's see. This has the outgoing but not the incoming polycall, which I will demonstrate. There. Hey, it's spring-loaded just like the MC5, but it's horizontal instead of vertical. Yeah, and you can do that with it. Back to you.
Very nice. Let's see. I'm looking for the manufacturer. Okay, 1962, 63. The MC5 was 1963, so we're still in the range of. The FCC hasn't stepped down yet, and I don't recall any edict that you couldn't, they had to take the poly call out of the Polycom. Maybe they just did it. Maybe this was the only year, the 2 years that they had that, and it's in 62 or 63. But it's definitely a little different. It's not. It gets your attention, but it's not the warbly sound that we heard with the general radio telephone. The Polycom Senior 23, maybe the Junior 23. That's what they don't have one. And then someone, 23's Cadu says he thinks they had a version of that radio made in Mexico. I know you. Here it comes. That was called the Senor 23, but we've never checked that one in. I'm trying to get back to the close-up. So. Looks like you pull the switch to the right, the lever to the right to get the call over.
No. If you pull the lever over to the right, it locks in place. I know that's what it says. Polycall. That puts you in standby mode to receive a call. When you receive, that tone. Theoretically, if you've got the box and everything, the message light in the upper right will come on, your squelch will open, and you will know that you have received a call. But in order to the left, I don't know if my picture is good enough for you to see it, but it says ring, and it does that when you switch it over to the left. It locks into place to the right, and it's spring-loaded to the left. Very weird, eh?
Interesting. So do you have to be keying the microphonium at the same time you're pulling the switch to get it to actually put the tone out?
Nope. much like the MC5, it will key up the radio and just do its thing.
Very interesting. Okay. Whoa, this is an expensive radio. This may have been one of the most expensive radios at the time. $369 in 1962, $349.50 in 1963. They probably dropped the price because I bet they didn't sell a lot. First 23-channel, all-crystal controlled citizen band transceiver utilizing frequency synthesizing. Oh, really? Circuitry, built-in tone filter for selective calling, S-meter and output indicator, also serves as a PA system 23 crystal control. But if it was synthesized, I'm guessing there weren't 23 channels in there, so this could be a nightmare to find crystals for. $350 back in 1962. This is a one expensive radio.
Yeah, that was a lot of moolah back then. And yeah, I don't remember the crystal synthesis, but yeah, it does. It would have to, because it does not have 23. Well, gosh, actually, if you had a separate crystal for transmit and receive, that would be 46 crystals. That's a lot of crystals.
Well, and most of them did that. I didn't think they started synthesizing until a couple of years later, because I know my Regency Imperial has got synthesized crystals. You got a 13 plus 1 or something. You certainly don't have all 23 crystals for transmit and receive. Let's see, come on back. I'm gonna put up the S-meter cam, and then I'll do a see what frequency, how close you are in frequency. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I failed to mention that I am a little high.
I got 084, I'm sorry, 0853-ish in that area. Hello. Okay, you should have me tuned in somewhere around now. Back to you.
And I do. Let me go back to the picture here. And that's not me. No, you're not that high. You're at 85.15, so 150 maybe. It's not an exact science here. I went to 3, and I definitely get the heterodyne, so you're certainly, you are below that, so not a problem. And then going back to the close-up, I noticed this radio has the very nice delta tone. It's got a plus and minus 3 kc. So is that a switch, or is that actually agile or variable?
Yeah, to me, it is one of the most annoying things on the radio. With 14 tubes, okay, that's a lot of tubes to cram into a radio. I don't think it's any bigger than the Helicopters, like CB3A or anything like that. So with all that and all those knobs, they don't have an RF gain, but they do have this really annoying little delta tune, which is just 3-position switch. You click up 3 kcs, that's what it says on the radio. So it's up 3 kcs back to 0, and then down 3 kcs, and nowhere in between. So I find it annoying. Back to you.
3 separate crystals.
What was that, Harvey?
It's 3 separate crystals.
For the delta tune?
That is most correct. 3 crystals. And if they're off, your delta tune is off.
That's strange. I wonder why they picked 3 kc. That's just quite an amount. Or maybe they figure that, if you're way off, that's what you want to do. Otherwise, it'd be wide enough to hear something. I just wonder if it's a tight receive. Like the Regency has a very tight receive. If somebody's off 2 kc, you don't hear them as much. You have to actually use the VFO item of interest. Anyway, 14 tubes. It says there's a schematic at oldtuberadio.com. Polycom Senior 23 SAMS for schematic PDF. I wonder why they have so many tubes, unless they're using a rectifier tube, which wouldn't make sense. But it could. Oh, and there's one more thing. And what is the PC volume? And then the modulation light up at the top. This is actually a pretty cool radio.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, that is not a modulation light. That is the message light. It comes on only if it detects the right tone signal, and then a little relay goes off and lights up that light, and like I say, opens up your squelch, and the world is yours. Yeah, that's PC is Polycom volume, and what's this other one here? Oh yeah, PC relay sensitivity over there by the multifunction meter switch. Oh yeah, it's a really cool multifunction meter. Has a PA, modulation, microvolts, that's, basic receive, watts, and like I say, the adjustment for the Polycom relay sensitivity. Unfortunately for me, a lot of stuff that isn't very useful, but it's all there. Back to you.
It's all there for your $350 CB pleasure. And I wonder if this is marketed. I mean, especially with the price, it was marketed more to businesses, especially with the tone or the Polycom and the light, where you could just leave it, squelched out, and your base unit 1, or there's somebody in their little mobile Cushman electric cart. Although, does it say this runs 12 volts? I don't know. Well, Polycom had some other radios as well, so sounds like they were marketing this to people who were using more for business than anything else. Hard to say. Very rare radio. I don't see many of these around, even on Facebook and markets like that. So it's great that you have one. It's great that it's right here in our Tube Radio area that we can share with the shortwave listeners and the world at oldtuberadio.net. So back to you for a transmission, and the audio is good. I'm thinking that probably has I'm looking at the output, the S-meter will probably have a beefy output, at least 3.5 watts over.
Yeah, not too much more than that, really. Okay, you know what, now you've just piqued my interest in something after all these years I've never actually messed with. I don't know if that PC volume knob controls the volume of that, or if it's the volume for receiving the message. I don't know. Can I beep this real quick, and I'll just slide up and down that potentiometer and see what happens?
Yeah, go ahead, over.
That didn't seem to do anything over here.
No difference on the transmit unless, I don't know if you get a receive call, if you've got it squelched listening in, if when it breaks the squelch it would do something, or the tone incoming would be what you're adjusting. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I've never found any paperwork on it. It remains a mystery. It doesn't say anything in SAMS about it, that's for sure. If anybody has any information on these, I'd love to have some myself. I've never been able to find the manual or the external Polycom unit that I imagine controls all the receive side of this. With that, Merry Christmas to one and all. Ho, 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 ho. And we'll catch you next time.
All right, sounding good in the CB radio neighborhood. The Polytronics Polycom Senior 23. This was only built for 2 years, 1962 and 1963, at about $350, making it just as expensive, if not more so, than a set of Brownings, and probably right up there in as much as the tram radio was, if not more. But it does do a lot of cool stuff. So thanks for bringing it by. Jingle Singers want to do their thing, and then Harvey is next. So Harvey, put down the cookie, come up to the air chair, and we'll be right with you here on the Old Tube Radio Network.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? Greetings to you, wherever you are. For music and the latest news from home and from afar, the station for you is
OTR, Old Tube Radio.
The station for you is
OTR.
The station for you, you, and you. Hello, Harvey, over.
Hello. I'd like to check in my Johnson. Messenger 2 by E.F. Johnson. Excuse me. D104 Mike. amplified. It's the model with the tunable receive, and I also have this. The Polycom.
Okay, sounds like radio in distress there. On it definitely has got more modulation than you do. The Edgar F. Johnson Messenger TWO, sounding good. I can't believe that's a D104 microphone. It has a lot of low frequencies that I normally wouldn't expect on a Messenger 2. And then your item, I don't believe is built in, right? That's a separate side piece for the tone call on the Johnson Over.
Roger, am I not loud enough?
No, you're plenty loud enough. It's just when you turn on that noise, it's way louder than you are.
Okay, but I can also do this. Let's get the screwdriver out. Here we go.
Uh-oh. I shouldn't have said anything.
Did that change anything?
No. What are you trying to change? It's like when you're on the Tweety Bird. The Tweety Bird wipes you out on the general radio telephone, and when you do the tone, it wipes your audio out on the Johnson because it's 100% modulated.
Okay, this is what I have to do. Okay.
Name that tune. You heard it first here. Well, again, I'm not sure what you were trying to do. There's a lot of comments coming in on the chat wanting to know what you had for dinner.
Yeah. Didn't taste good. No, there are 2 or 3 controls on the side. Turn that down. But the reset, and I have to turn it sideways. I have to lock the mic on. I have to hold the tone alert down because it's spring-loaded, doesn't lock. And then I have to make the adjustment, but I can't hear it. Excuse me, I can't hear it. So I have to turn the volume up on another radio, feedback, so I can hear it. It's weird. Anyway, the General Radio Telephone Super MC5, that's different. I can hear it over the air. When I transmit, I can hear it through the radio. This one, you can't do that. Anyway, so you can adjust the tone or the alert sound on this one also.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure what you were trying to adjust because the tone was fine. If you turn it a certain way, then it goes really low. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't have the nice ring to it. So you did have it when you first started, and now you have it fine. So no adjustment necessary, I think.
Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. There we go.
Yeah, it's there. It's got full modulation. Look at the R-band meter. It's puts that thing all the way up. So you are doing good. Are you beaconing to every E.F. Johnson that is listening right now?
Probably. I think one is an input control, so that if somebody's doing the tone to me, I can adjust that one for that. But since no one else out here has a Johnson with a tone alert, when I put it on standby, the receiver goes dead, and I just have to wait for somebody with another messenger 2 with a tone alert to key up.
Okay, and that we want to reiterate to our listeners that tone is coming from the radio, and you didn't have too much eggnog or anything like that, right?
Well, you never can tell. No, that's the tone alert. I've got a couple of these. Excuse me. But only one messenger 2 that's kind of functioning. I think I have 2 others that are not messenger 2s, but they're the 205s or 2 whatevers, business band ones, and I think they have a tone alert plug on the back. Anyway, if you have a messenger 2 and the upper plug is in the back, you pull that out and put the tone alert in there. And if you don't have the plug and you think your radio's dead, you need the plug in the back for reception. And I can make those plugs. And I've got 1 or 2 extra. But you need that if you don't have the tone alert plugged in. Otherwise, this thing doesn't receive. Okay, turn it back to you. The messenger 2, E.F. Johnson's got a bunch of tubes, and I didn't count how many.
All right, in fact, we've got a picture of the rear of the radio. You can see the plug almost looks like a tube socket, and it is inserted above the power cord. There's some other screws and things. So you're saying that's got to be in for the radio to function, I guess, for receive, but when you have the tone call, that's where it goes in and probably uses some of the other connections to do the thing, but whatever connection it needs, whatever jumper it needs, is also included in that other little tone thing there. So very good. Over.
Roger. Yeah. The plug actually has 3 separate picofarad type capacitors. I can't remember what each one is, but they're wired in separate holes. You have to have all 3, and then the radio works without the tone alert.
Okay. All right. Well, it works very good. The audio is good. The signal is good. I'll have you come back and I'll give you an S-meter reading. 23 Skidoo has found kilowatt Juliet 4 India Yankee Echo. KJ4 IYE manual sales has a CD version of the Polycom Senior 23 Owner's Manual with schematics. So if it's not in, I think it is. So if it wasn't in a Sam's photo fact, that would be pretty good to have to put with the radio. 10 tubes in your Messenger 2. 2 versions, a 12-volt and 115-volt AC. So I guess they dropped the 6-volt version on the Messenger 2. I know they had a 6-volt version on the Messenger 1, and it is in Sam's Photo Facts number 5, CB5, page 48, and it looks like we have a schematic at oldtuberadio.com. So let me go to the S-meter, take a transmission, and we'll see if you're 9 pounds, good modulation, Chestnut and Herndon. Over.
Okay. I should have a little bit of swing, and I should be a hair low.
It caught me tuning down. Yeah, probably about 150 or 200 on the low side. And again, the D104, the audio sounds good, nice and clean, nice and mellow, not harsh. It's a good thing. Over.
Well, that's good. Alrighty. I'll let you go. And, I got time. Why? Hook up another one.
All right, we'll be here to do that. The Old Tube Radio Network, Real Radio's Glowing in the Dark. We are in the Central Valley of California, live right now here on a Saturday evening. oldtuberadio.net. There's an audio version, channel 11, 27085 on the live side, and the video thing is going that I think stays up on YouTube for quite a long time for you to give yourself a radio check. The Jingle Singers off over in Studio B telling you what it is that happens here on a Saturday evening.
how do you do? Ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you. Wherever you are, the friendliest station for you by far is known to all and
OTR, the Old Tube Radio Network.
the station for you is
OTR.
All right, the station for you and you and you. I will, if I can do it, clear out the radios here, and we will be listening for any and all check-ins to the Old Tube Radio Network. And oops, okay, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, and they're asking me a question. Oh, Charlie says they found my Secret Santa gift. I was thinking I didn't get one. Do you have it? Oh, yeah, hold on a second. Let me grab it from the... Oh, wow, you're kidding me. You are kidding me. This is my... We do a secret test, so I was thinking I didn't get... This is heavy. What in the heck is this? Uh-oh. There's a box full of tubes. I don't know. Anyway, the old... I gotta sit this in my lap. The Old Tube Radio Network is listening for any and all check-ins.
How about one from the radio lounge?
All right, there were two that checked in, so let me grab the first one, which was 47. So, Mike, hold on just a second. And who was the other radio?
14.
And 14 in Sanger, so that's Sean. All right, let's get, I'll take them in the order I heard them. Let's get Mike, checking in 47. I'd like to put this present out of the way, but I will do it later. So, 47, take a transmission over.
All right, well, again, for the second or third time, good evening from the radio lounge. The radio I have to scream into. For your listening pleasure, my Robin T123B, and unfortunately no amplified mic. Probably a microphone that's attached to a radio that was set up for an amplified mic. So 2 strikes against me, but it's a fun radio, and it works.
It works well, and Sean, you will be radio number 4 coming up next. I go to the Rolodex. I will get a shot of, of the radio. Yeah, there it is. Nice looking radio. The inserts on the knobs channel selector, and the stripe across the bottom where it says Robin T123B is all in a green surround. And you are right. You are a little low on the Orban audio meter, but your audio quality is good. Over.
Thank you. There's a disturbing parallel, I think, between people that kind of haphazardly play their instruments and people that haphazardly speak into these radios. You got to sit up straight. It's kind of disturbing for me to put that hat on a Saturday night, but for this particular radio, you do have to sit up straight. And you look into the modulation lamp, like I'm doing right now, and it constantly reminds you, even though you're speaking pretty gosh darn loud, uncomfortably loud, according to this modulation lamp, I'm doing almost nothing. That's a good ego booster for you.
Well, you are doing more than nothing. I think that the lamp is telling you true, though. I've just did the S meter there, and it's moving forward, but I think you should be getting more forward movement on it, but not a problem. The audio quality is good. Orban meter was at minus 22. Typically, most radios are coming in at minus 18, 17, so a little bit louder. Not bad at all. Good quality. And it is the Robin T123B. We have, Frank? He said, update to everyone. Thanks for Harvey helping out on the T123B parts list. He's in the process of replacing the electrolytic capacitors that he can find for any substitutions. And so he will be Frank will be having a 123B up on his radio desk, and it is the sort of the premiere of the Panasonic chassis, I think, with all the lights and the external speakers and the PA mod and a fun radio. I'm sure you are enjoying yours with the range expand in the on mode.
To be honest with you, I don't think there's ever been a time when I haven't enjoyed any of these, the vacuum tube radios, unless, of course, they're not doing what they should or, whatever. No, these are always fun. I want to make a comment about this particular one being bulletproof. Since my initial mishap, once I got this radio, it has never failed. And actually, I think in second place my other Robin, that's not necessarily 100% happy right now, but I'm working on that. This one, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's never been on the road. And my other Robin, the 123, no Bravo after that. That thing's been everywhere. I can't tell you how many times I've taken that on a camping trip and all over the place, to be honest with you. So it's not surprising that it's not 100% happy right now. I don't know. I guess maybe that's a feather in Robin's cap to say that at least out of my collection, they seem to be the most reliable, at least as far as vacuum tubes are concerned.
Indeed. This is the never-failed frequency, so you come to the right place. At your radio desk, the Robin T123 Bravo, the Panasonic 2 chassis built from 1972 to 76, and the only reason they stopped is they had to get something with 40 channels in it thanks to the FCC 11 tubes. All right, I guess I heard a big crash. 11 tubes with a lot of 6-volt tubes, 12AX7 on the modulator, 6 BQ5 power amp. A lot of good stuff in that radio. So you can't go wrong no matter what. It even will run 115 volt AC and 12 volt like you are doing it now, 12 volt DC if you plug in the right cord in the back, and there's 2 transistors, and I think that's the DC to DC conversion. Manufactured out of Japan for your use in the US of A. Back to you for transmission. I know Sean is waiting for Radio 4, and we will get to that, but glad you could join us tonight on the Old Tube Radio Network. Back to you.
Well, yeah, thank you. I'll cut it short then. Thanks for letting me check it in. It's always a fun time of the year with it being Christmas soon. It just takes me back to looking through the Radio Shack catalogs as I did as a kid, thinking about, oh my God, I'd love this CB or that. I think once the time I came around, vacuum tube radios were kind of gone. I distinctly remember looking at all the Radio Shack TRC handheld radios, and we all know where that goes. But anyways, I'll give the gentleman from Sanger a chance to check in. Thanks for letting me use this delightful toy. I hope everyone wakes up a couple mornings from now with lots of fun radios under their tree or whatever. So thank you again from the Radio Lounge in 73.
All right, 73, thanks for joining us, and Merry Christmas all around. I think every boy and girl would be delighted and waits on Christmas morning to have a Radio Shack something or other under their Christmas tree. I remember those catalogs where they had the records on the floor. Speaking of records, where they had the records on the floor. Let me do one more. And Sean, step up to the air chair. We're going to take you next. And one more definition here. I got too many cables in the way. And one more definition. It is dark in here. Let's see. Let's go over to seat covers. Uh-oh. What? Oh, a girl's legs. I couldn't see that. All right. Here's another one. Super slab. Major highway. I'm reading from my gift here, the everything you need to know to operate a CB radio, and they have the lingo in the back. It's about. They're saying it is about time. It's about doggone time you learned how to talk on your Citizen Band radio properly. With that said, let us, shall we, go over to radio number 4. Sean is waiting. I will clear the rigs out. We'll go to the Rolodex. I'm not sure what he's got. He's got many from which to choose, and I'm not sure which one he's got. Hello, Sean.
Hello, Dennis. SWL 14, checking in my Browning Golden Eagle Mark III tonight from Sanger.
All right, the Mark III from Sanger. And I just want to note, if anybody's watching or tuning in for the first time, the Citizen Band Class D radio has been around since 1958. It was an amateur radio service, and then they said, no, we need a lesser CB type thing, and not lesser in the fact that it's just something that didn't require you to take a test for your license. They took the 11 meter portion from 26.9 megahertz to 27.35 megahertz and said, we're going to make this into a different style of thing where you still need a license, but you don't need to take a test, and it's not for hobby communications, and it's for people to say, base to Unit 1, hey, honey, go pick up a loaf of bread and bring it back. It's that kind of stuff. It's very non-technical for businesses to say, I need part, go to the parts depot and bring me back a widget. So that's how all this started. And then it kind of got out of hand immediately. And so back in the 1960s and the 70s, when these radios that we're listening to and talking with tonight came out, there was a sound, and that's what we recreate here at the Old Tube Radio Network, is that sound of the 60s and the 70s, the demeanor of how people talked and listened. And I mean, you tune in CB today, and it's kind of, you might get the wrong idea. You think, well, why would people do this? Well, why would people listen to that all day? But it wasn't like that. I mean, it was, and it wasn't, but that's sort of what we do here. We feature the radios like you might feature an old car, the fins and chrome, the nice hubcaps, and the upholstery. We're doing the same thing here with the radios, and we have some great radio collectors all over. But here in the Central Valley of California, we have some great radio collectors who take time out of their day and their evening to join us, and space out of their rooms to put the radios up, and money out of their pockets to keep these things going, and then want to share them with us and you, and that's why we have been around here for since the mid-1980s. We've been doing this almost every Saturday for almost 40 years. So again, our hats off to our radio operators and the shortwave listeners who enjoy it as well. You don't need a radio to participate. You don't have to have any numbers. We don't have any secret handshakes. There's nothing. You just show up and have a good time. All right, Sean. Thank you for letting me go through all of that. And I've got a picture for those who are unfamiliar. Let me go to the full screen here of what you have. It's a very unusual thing for CB radios, a transmitter and a receiver. So it's two pieces combined into one. There are a lot of knobs and a lot of dials. So driving this thing is not as easy as just sitting down and turning something on. You really have to take a moment or two to get things fired up. Back to you. Over.
Yeah, that's for sure. This radio is a well-used radio, so a lot of the detail by the knobs is worn away, so it kind of takes a minute if you haven't played with it to remember where the on-off knob is at on the receiver. It seems to be working well tonight. The tubes are glowing and projecting a honeycomb type pattern out of the back of the radio. The Christmas lights are glowing through the window, so I'm having a good Saturday night, and I sure appreciate you taking the time to put on the OTR this weekend.
All right, not a problem. I think we've actually done them on Christmas night before. If there's actually people out there wanting to join in, we're certainly glad to have them come along. So likewise here a couple of days before, and all the people are at parties and getting things ready and traveling on the road. So didn't think we'd have a lot of people out there tonight, but we're glad those people can watch. And plus it's taped. It's on video. Whatever it is that this thing is on, you can come back and watch it. Or if you're actually in it as part of it, you can come back and give yourself a radio check. The Browning Golden Eagle Mark III SSB, probably their premier radio. There was a Mark IV, but this was a true all made by Browning. We talked about in 1962 a $350 radio, the Polycom. Fast forward 10 years, and now the radio is twice that. It's $700. It's $800. It's 2 pieces, and it's big. And again, it's the price of a nice used car. But a lot of people bought these radios from the Browning Laboratories, and they were the ones that you definitely wanted under the Christmas tree, but a lot of people didn't get them, but here they are. So take another transmission. We'll put up the S meter, but you're doing it good. Signal is good. The band is good tonight. And glad you're joining us. Back to you on the Browning Golden Eagle Mark III SSB. Over.
Yeah, it is a nice, clear night tonight. I'm on a unamplified D104 microphone, and I've been enjoying all the Christmas-type tones that are coming through the radio, even though I can't hear some of the other guys. I don't think Harvey had his modulator on, but I could definitely hear him tuning his noise box for his radio with his screwdriver. Even though I couldn't hear his voice, he was making it with his tone tonight.
Yeah, the tone is 100% modulated. That's why they do that. It pierces through, and it gets through everything quite well. Well, thanks for joining us on Channel 11. Another feature of that radio is you have your crystal control on the transmit side, so no problem. You just dial in your click to Channel 11. But you do have to tune in the variable receiver up to Channel 11 and think you're there, and there's a spot switch that puts little keys up the transmitter very low level into your own receiver, and then you peak the S meter to full scale, and you are good to go. So it's a little bit of finesse to drive that radio, but well worth it. The Golden Eagle Mark III, a beautiful radio that adorned many a living room and radio rooms all throughout the 1960s and the 1970s, and we are glad to have it here in the 21st century on the Old Tube Radio Network. So thanks for bringing it by. Over.
Yeah, thank you for the time tonight, Dennis, and Merry Christmas to all the SWLs out there. We'll catch you next weekend.
All right, we should be here for our last net of the year. A lot of SWLs giving you good comments. Dwayne up in Idaho says that thing is sounding superb. And that's come over the Universal Media Netweb, although we try and gather the audio exactly as I hear it and then feed it back out over the internet. So what you're hearing, if you're listening in, is pretty much what I'm listening to here in the Radio Shack. Nice sounding audio. He's got done a good job with the microphone, and he is not that close. Sanger is far away, and I'm on a very low antenna. So Sean has done a good job of putting that station together. All right, thanks for Radio 4.
20.
All right, and I hear 20, so you will be next, Harvey. And was that you or is that somebody else? Or was somebody with no audio?
That was Joe.
Okay, Joe. All right, Joe, you'll be Radio 6. I'll get 60 down as Radio 6. 20 is Radio 5, and whatever you're doing, Harvey, you're way over modulated.
Okay, let Joe go first.
All right, we'll have Radio 6 go first, and then Harvey will make a modification. And yeah, it's nice to hear Joe. Let me clear my radios. So Santa Claus was good to you getting that antenna up. Hello, 60, over.
Hello, Dennis. Doggone it. I keep forgetting I got to hold on the, kind of key down a little bit before I go to modulating. Yeah, I appreciate that on the antenna. Dennis, I'd like to check in my Blackface Johnson TOO.
All right, the Messenger TWO. Yeah, it needs, for some reason, needs a little bit to warm up a tube or do something. And then once you keep transmitting on it, then it's just fine for the key up. E.F. Johnson Messenger TWO. So there you go. We're going to have to find you one of those call boxes, and then you and Harvey can have a great time pinging each other. It sounds good. Take another transmission, over.
We thank you much. Yeah, I kind of see the light behind the screen there when she goes to getting a little brighter as I'm talking. Yeah, at first it's really dead. like you say, it reminds me of an old car I had, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, I've got this Johnson, 10 tubes, 10 channels, and a pretty nice looking little radio, being black based with the modulation light. I call it a modulation light behind the screen. Now, kind of weird too, because to work this radio, you've got to have a little patience. It gets to you once in a while. The volume is worked all by itself. The squelch turns it on, and you've got to remember not to, because you turned it on, to move the dial because it's it's a squelch button. So I get confused once in a while, and I don't hear nothing. And I'm kind of, I've got to put a flashlight on the bottom to see which one is the volume and which one is the squelch, because I have no sound. But anyway, it gets a little bit tricky. But other than that, doggone it, Harvey did an awful nice job on this. And I think that maybe the antenna is going to help me a little bit out with it. Because, I haven't really used it the way I want. And I've also got the Robin 123B that I need Harvey to look at, so I can get that back on the air.
All right. Good to hear you back on the air with this selection from Edgar F. Johnson and Company, the 10-tube radio. Price, the reason they sold a lot of these, we were having a $350 radio, $700 radios. This radio pretty much under $200 through its entire run from, early 60s to about 1968 or 69, I think, when the 223 and the Johnson started getting their solid-state radios up. You could get this for well under $200, $170, $175. So it showed up in many vehicles and many Radio Shacks as well. And obviously it's in yours, and we're glad of it. Give us another transmission, and we'll pick up, who's next? We'll pick up Harvey. But you are sounding good on and you've got it down. I had the same on my Johnson Whiteface, where you think you're turning it on, and then the squelch is somewhere else, and it's like, wait a minute, how come I don't hear anything? So you've got it dialed in. Back to you.
Yeah, we're still kind of working on that, Dennis. But anyway, I appreciate you letting me check this one in, and I've got one more.
All right, we'll be here. Plenty of room on the radio list tonight. So thanks for Radio 6, and we will head back in time, and we will talk to radio number 5. Hello, Harvey.
I think I heard somebody else key up. Can you check?
Yeah, anybody? Is there another station wanting to get into the old Tube Radio Network? Over. I was hoping maybe we would have some of that E-skip going on tonight.
There is somebody in there.
OTR is listening in my feeble attempt.
There was somebody out there that keyed up just a little bit ago. Try it again.
This is the try it again frequency.
There is somebody keying up there, Dennis.
They must be close to you, because I hear them not at all.
Okay, that gentleman that keyed up, I think you said you were testing a radio. It seems to be working. Audio sounds good. What is your location? Try that again. Yeah, that's me too, Northwest Fresno. I'm just east of 99 and Shaw. Okay. Dennis, he said the only antenna he's got up is horizontal. He's on the west side of town, so if everybody lays down, they'll probably be able to hear him.
All right, he must shoot a lot of skip for that horizontal antenna.
I don't know if he can hear you, Dennis. Okay, you sounded all right. I'm vertical, but we're close enough so I can hear you. Okay, good radio check. Roger, sounds good. Okay, take care. I'm back to Dennis. You too.
All right, I went to my horizontal wire and I could not hear him.
Okay. Am I still overmodulated, Dennis?
No, you are loud but not flat topping. So go ahead with Radio 5 and tell me what you got over.
Okay, I have to make an adjustment here. Hang on. Get the signal up a little bit. Okay, a Tram Titan 4. Tram Titan 4. Many transistors, one tube. And it's in the final. And anyway, I have two of these.
I don't have a picture of it.
The other one is almost working. And when I get them both working and get all the crystals for them, because they are 23 channel with crystals, tunable receive though. Some of the crystals are off or missing. Once I get them all set up, I'll be selling one of the 4s. And then I also have a Titan 3. It's got all the crystals, it works. The only situation with all 3 of these, well, at least this one and the Titan 3, they aren't sideband. The Titan 3, I'm thinking it's single sideband, not sure, but I don't have my equipment to line up the sideband. That's in storage. And I'm not necessarily sure that even if I had the equipment, I would be able to get it just right. But sideband does work. It's just not quite on frequency. Upper sideband seems close, lower sideband not, wouldn't you know. But I'll do my best, and if I can't get the sideband set up, I'm still selling the 3 and one of the 4s. So anyway, this is one D104 amplified. Receive is great on this one. Excuse me, and transmit seems to be okay.
All right. Well, you know, back in the day, we actually didn't check in the hybrid radios because it was you had to have at least half tubes, or you could have a tube transmitter and tube check that in. So the Titan 4. So riddle me this, and it's very loud. Whatever you've done is nice and loud, not overmodulated. So what do? Take a Titan 3 and pretty much transistorize it except for a final? Is that a DAC? Isn't that what they did with DAC?
The DAC has 2 tubes, modulator and final. This has a 1-tube final, bigger than they need. 6, what is it? I got some of them here somewhere, extra tubes, but here they are. And of course the boxes are upside down. 6GM5. And naturally that's about the only one you could stick in there. Anyway, the Titan 3 is all transistor. The Titan 4, they took the transistor final, got rid of it, and stuck a tube in there. The audio is a 2 transistor drivers into 2 transistor modulators for the audio output on transmit. And I believe it's got separate audio for receive.
All right. Some stations listening in said they've had those before, agreeing with you on the receive part of it. And Dwayne listening in saying it's loud and clear, sounds good. So, yeah, whatever adjustment you made in the audio, you are not getting any of the flat topping. And you got plenty of room. You could even turn it down more if you wanted. But it's loud to the max. It's got almost 10 dB of forward movement. I think you're on the range boost, but still it's driving that thing pretty nice. There's no hum. It's doing a good job for radio number 5 over.
Okay. I turned the modulator off. Now, somebody did make a modification inside. They put a slightly higher resistance power resistor in the power supply chain, and that cuts the dead key down to almost 3 watts. About 2.5. I'm looking at it. 2.5, 2 3/4. Swing to about 10. Audio-wise, modulation, the mic gain on the radio is up at 1/2, and the D104 is cranked up about 1/8. I had it at about 1/4, and you said it was too loud.
Well, too loud is a relative thing. It was distorted, which I guess that would be to say it's too loud. Some people you would be too loud right now to some people, saying, "Hey, that's too loud," but it sounds good and it's clear. So that's the main thing. All right, you've got it. I put you down as Radio 5 with it for the tube radio purists. And I know Mr. OBP would be saying, now, wait a minute. So I put a little asterisk, and I noted, parentheses, only 1 tube with a little frowny face. but it has a tube, so here we are. It's close to Christmas, and a lot of people like the radio. So there you go. Thanks for bringing it by. Over.
Okay, yeah. This one does quite well. Receive is exceptional. It's really good. It operates a little unusual as far as the RF gain control goes, but it works. And I kind of like it, so I'm going to keep one of them. If I can't get that other one fixed, I'm still going to sell this one. Anyway. The other one's got all the transmit crystals. This one's missing a couple of channels, 3 channels. Anyway, I can get them. I have to order them, but I will. And then I will get it all set. And then if I can't get the sideband right, then it'll be sold that way. And somebody that knows sideband and solid state radios can fix that. I think it's basically not power output. It's frequency. It's basically getting it to line up just right. And I'm not sure exactly what to do without my equipment, so I'm not doing it. Okay, back to you. That's it.
All right, thanks, Shal. I just checked your frequency. You are maybe a hair low, but it's pretty close to where it needs to be. Radio 5 with an asterisk on the old tube radio network with the Tram Titan IV, the Tram Titan 4. They were doing a little trickery. They were trying to be like the DAC radios. They were trying to keep the tube radio people happy, but still make the look. All right, it's getting late here, and things are happening in the old tube radio. I still wanted to see if we could get a hold of, if it's not too late, Albert and the gang up in Squamish, but I know there's a couple more radios we want to get on the list, so let's do that. I have a space for Radio 7. I think Joe said he might have another one. Who is listening? Over.
Well, Dennis, if you've got a minute, we can pretty much go through this one pretty quick. From World Radio Labs, I'd like to key up my check in my Hustler.
All right, Radio 7, World Radio Labs with the Hustler. And there have been a couple of people wondering, I said, where is the Hustler? Where's the Hustler with the Hustler? And Christmas is going to come early here on the Old Tube Radio Network. Let me see if I can indeed find the WRL. We'll put a picture of the beautiful blue radio as you take a transmission on the 7-tube Wonder. Over.
Thank you much. And right you are, Dennis, 7 tubes. 7 tubes, 8 channels, I think, and tunable receive. And you're coming in excellent. Doggone it, yeah, we wanted to get this one checked in. We're feeling a little Scotia bit the Christmas spirit right about now. And Merry Christmas to everyone. Harvey out there, of course. Got you listening to Harvey and Cliff. And to you, Dennis, back to you.
Back to me in the studio. Yeah, it's good to hear you. Good to hear you. Nice radio, WRL, World Radio Labs, Leo Meyerson, some of the purists and those amateur radio guys that have the 100-pound Globe King 500s and Globe Scouts would say, what? Leo, tell me it isn't true. Tell me you didn't put 11-meter radio out. But he was probably not too involved in this, but it was through the Globe World Radio. But it did a good job. Nice little entry radio, all 23 channels on the tuning to save some money, even through an S meter. He knew. Says, come on. He says, we got space, put an S meter in, we'll throw it in for nothing. Because we want people to know what's going on. It's always sounding good. I know you've got the another microphonium on there, but it's doing a good job. So yeah, the little hiatus, the little layoff hasn't changed anything. All the radios are sounding good, Joe. Over.
Thank you much, sir, Dennis. And we are on a Turner Plus 3. And doggone it, for a little bitty guy like this, you know, they did dress it up, putting the meter and a good 2x2 speaker on it. And it sounds great too. Okay, Dennis, we're going to wish you once again, Merry Christmas to you and to all. And that's it for me. I'll be listening.
All right, listening and sounding good here at the Old Tube Radio Network. Going a little bit of overtime. I'm going to bring up in the background the receiver for the Squamish Boys. I still have the Secret Santa gift. Ched was good enough to find this for me. I thought maybe I didn't get anything, but he found that, so I might be able to open this. But first, I want to make sure we get all our radio stuff happening here. So, the item stopped. I got to reconfigure the satellite radio at Squamish. Let's see if we got any audio coming from the guys here. Okay, yeah, they're in. So I don't know if you guys are still. He said after the game, so I don't know what was going on, but we're staying up pretty late here. I'm listening at 27085. Running a different latency tonight, so hopefully there won't be much of a background going on. So I don't know. Should I be opening this present? I can do it later. We don't have to do it now.
Hello, Dennis.
Nope.
Good evening, sir. 428 checking in off the base here, the old President Madison. I'd like to wave a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody out there. And keep up the good work, Dennis. We love your show up here in Squamish. So take care. I'll pass it back to you, sir. 73, 428, standing by.
All right, 428. Got some great audio. Turn the volume down. That is it. Boy, whatever radio that is puts out a nice, good signal on AM. And if there were a show, as I said before, it's because we've got some great radio operators that help us keep things going with the tubes. And they're doing a good job tonight. So we'll go back, take another transmission up from Squamish. If you're watching the video, you are seeing the waveform of what is going on up there tonight. So Merry Christmas to you guys up there. And as always, thanks for joining us. I wish we would have the conditions we get during the daytime to get a little skip going on in the night from the old Tube Radio Network.
Dennis, it's an older President Madison 40 channel. It does have great audio. Thank you. 73s again. Take care.
All right, 73, back to me in the studio, and I think I heard Radio 8, so let me unkey, and I do believe there may be a beagle out there. Over.
Yes, there is. The Browning Golden Beagle R68T68, right now running stock by Browning Lavatories with the custom D104 microphone with the nice Browning medallion stuck on the back. Okay, Dennis, that should do it tonight. You think you can be around next week?
Okay, I want to get a picture of the R68T68. I should be, he said, hoping that was actually true, I should be around next week. Over.
Huh. Did this thing unkey itself? Audio. No, it didn't. Oh, maybe I thought it did. Okay, I'm getting tired. Alrighty. Next week. I'll probably be working, but I'll see if I'll be able to check in.
All right. Well, you can always check in by hook or by crook or some way. We can, if you're listening in, we'll see you on the stream. I don't know if you have a way to do that, but we'll get you checked in. Anyway, thanks for the Browning Ready Type O tonight. Over.
Roger. You betcha. Okay. Yeah, next week I am working out of town, the usual thing. But they're going to try and get us in early because they want us to work the next day. So, on Sunday. So, now, just like I did today. I worked today, but I do have tomorrow off. Okay. We will see you, Dennis. Good show, and thank you much.
All right, thanks for stopping by. Anybody else that needs to, would like to get checked in here? Over. And I'm doing a little counting and amounting on my list of lists here.
Somebody did key up without audio.
Yeah, I heard the carrier. Over. All right, I heard that, but the audio is too weak for me to copy. But there is somebody in there.
Yeah, it's the gentleman from earlier on the west side. He's a little bit better this time, but I think he's trying to make some adjustments.
All right, the first adjustment would be me to have a horizontal beam. Almost sounds like he's got one of those tone call radios. Let me go to the jingle singers. They want to do their jingly singy thing that they do.
You're tuned to
OTR. Channel 11.
right here in
Fresno, California.
Stay with us
Old Tube Radio.
and be modern.
And Chet, that is a good question. I've got this. It's heavy. This box. Is this? Yeah, Chet. Is this it? Don't open till Christmas. Should I put this under the tree, or can we do this tonight? We can do this. He says we can do this tonight. So let me. Gosh, it's already 10:30. So it's Sunday where a lot of people. Let me do this. I'll go ahead and if it's okay, I will open this up, and then we will get out of here. First, let me. Okay, one more. Oops, things are falling all over the place. Let me do one more little, oh, the light was on. One more definition. Man, this is small type. Did we already do that one? Modulate. Talk. Well, that's, I knew that. Here's another one. Oh, did we already did that. X-ray machine. An X-ray machine. Oh, it's a radar speed detector. Skating rink. What is a skating rink? It's a slippery road. A little bit of CB. I may be playing this on the phonograph tonight. Okay, let me get this out of the way because this is heavy stuff. My Secret Santa, and we're going to unwrap this. You know, it is the Alt Tube Radio Network. The thing. So I hope everybody is going to have a great. Oh, look at this. Now this is what. This is a nice thing. I don't mind how it is a. Let's see, realistic Navajo, 23 channel CB transceiver, model TRC 23B. Oh, this all crystal supplied, solid state. Wait a minute. Solid state. Dual conversion, dual power supply, illuminated SRF meter and dial, custom manufactured in Japan. All right, let me see. I bet this is a trick. What's in here? Rocks? Are there bricks? There's probably just bricks in here, right? All right, but the TRC 23. Oh, look at that. It's got the little Model 20 instruction manual, the fact tag, so I know what's going on. You know, I don't think. Hang on, let me go to push to talk here. All right, and we have. I don't know. There is something in here. There is something in here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pull the box over without breaking anything. All right. We've got some styrofoam. I've got a power cord, or lifting it up. Let me put that over there, I don't break it. And we have, is it coming out? Oh, has this ever been struggling? He's struggling with that. And there it is. It's the brand new realistic Navajo TRC 23B with stuff and the coax light, everything. All right. Good deal. Maybe we can I'll take it over to Harvey. Maybe you can figure out how to do that, put that one tube back in there. This is a heavy, this must have the power supply built in. Good stuff. All right, well thank whoever my Secret Santa is, thanks so much. Over.
Oh boy. That other guy out there trying to check in horizontal. You copy? Roger, you're vertical. Dennis, do you hear him?
I think I can hear him now. Take a transmission, sir. Over. All right, I'm not sure what kind of antenna you have. You're just about on my noise level, but likewise, Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for joining us here on the Old Tube Radio Network. We are streaming live. Were you to have a Universal Media Network, you could go to your device and call up oldtuberadio.net and click on various items and hear what was going on and give yourself a radio check. But thanks for joining us. We do this every Saturday evening starting around 8 p.m. Pacific time. And as you heard, we feature the classic tube radios. Over. All right, well, we've been doing this for 30 years. For sure. The copy is pretty rough, so not sure how high your antenna is or where it's at. But going vertical made a difference. Over. I like that. All right, could get my radio to key down. All right, well, thanks for joining us. I need to sign off here. A lot of people are staying up late, and I don't want to break my radio here. So thanks for stopping by, and maybe if you get your antenna up a little higher, we'll talk with you next week. All right, Harvey, I think he signed. Over.
Yes, he did. Randy, take care. I'm working next week, but I'm going to try and get back in time for the show here. So just go ahead and tune in and say hello. Oh, yeah. Normally I don't work several Saturdays in a row, but it looks like, well, that one I have to. I work generally one Saturday afternoon, evening a month out of town, and I struggle to get back in for the show. And it happens to be on the 30th. Anyway, you take care. You sound real good. Comstat 23. Ooh, I like that radio. Okay. Take care. Catch you later. Bye.
Wait a minute, Harvey. He's on an old tube radio?
I think he was on a solid state one, but then I thought I heard him say he was on a Comstat 23.
All right, well, wait a minute. Don't go away. First, what type of antenna is he using? How high is it? And what radio is he on? Because he was on a Comstat. I'll get him checked in before we go.
Okay. Oh, I hate my cough. It hates me too. He's on a multi-band vertical. So he's an amateur radio operator, probably. Multi-band. So he's probably on the 10-meter portion. And I thought he said a Comstat 23, but maybe he was saying he used to have that. I'll turn it back to him and see what he says. Sounds good. Dennis, he's on a Comstat 23 old tube radio. So definitely check Randy in tonight. And Randy, I think, is further on the west side than I am. So, well, wait, hang on, Dennis. Randy, which side of the freeway are you? Which side of 99? Well, so am I. Okay, I'm in between Ashland and Shaw around Marks. Roger. Okay, Dennis, he's a little north of me, but he's also east of 99. So he's more west side than me. Okay, I'll turn it back to you, Dennis. And so you can sign off, and thank you for checking in, Randy.
All right, Randy, thanks for stopping by on the Lafayette Comstat 23. We haven't had one of those in a while, so we'll put it in the Lafayette item. And if you're on the 10-meter vertical, it's doing good. You know, my 10-meter vertical, I have one as well. It never works as well as my 11-meter antenna. And sometimes you don't have to run it through tuner. Sometimes you do. I think those radios don't really mind. It can work on a bad match. All right. So in the effort to be expeditious here.
This is the Old Tube Radio Network. Ladies and gentlemen, stand by. It's time now for the current OTR totals.
And to not keep our stations waiting, and I'm anxious to put up my realistic Navajo here. Maybe I can talk to some stations back in, when did these come out? 1970? 1973. Tonight, 21 SWLs on page 1, 17 on page 2, 20 on page 3, 21 on page 4. Did I do that right? Yes. And that is for 79 total. We had a total of 9 radios tonight. Not too bad. Most heard manufacturers, E.F. Johnson and the Browning Golden Eagles. But in order, the Polytronics Polycom Senior 23, not the Junior 23, not the Senior 23, or the Pipsqueak 22, the Polycom Senior 23. Thank you, Cliff Harvey on the west side with E.F. Johnson Messenger 2 with the tone call. A very rare option to a very not so rare radio. So maybe we can find one for Joe and you guys can chat. Mike, SWL 47 on the Robin T123 Bravo. Sean from Sanger sounding good tonight in the Browning Golden Eagle Mark III SSB. Doing a good job. The Tram Titan 4 with only one tube. Checking in as a Radio 5 tonight, but there's a tube in there somewhere. Harvey guaranteed this is one tube radio. Joe, back-to-back, Radio 6 and 7 with the E.F. Johnson Messenger 2 beaconing in quite nicely, and the OTR favorite, the World Radio Labs Hustler Blue is in. The west side Browning Golden Eagle R68, T68, and the even farther west side Lafayette Comstat 23 from Randy. Hopefully, Randy, you can join us again and listen in at oldtuberadio.net when you see the glowing 6L6. That is it for me. Merry Christmas if you've gone through the Festival of Lights. I hope your Hanukkah was good. If you're coming up to, what's the other thing, Kwanzaa and all the other stuff, do it the best you can and have a Merry Christmas to boot. The Old Tube Radio Network is saying 73. Stay safe. Have fun with the family, whatever you do, and we will catch you next time here on OTR.
Okay, Dennis. Thanks a whole lot. Great show. Merry Christmas in 73. We're gone.
All right, and the winter solstice was the 21st, so the days are getting longer, so wassail, wassail. Good night, everybody.
Very good. Good night, Dennis. Good night, Joe. Good night, Randy. Good night, everybody. Oh, good night, Gracie.
sleigh to